Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Irvin, with another anime talk. This is going to be on back to Vic and his case. I have promised you guys this video, just talking about the companies and what they've done, what they've released to us, as well as how they've handled stuff. Now, I want to talk first, before I start this conversation, that one, as of right now, I don't stand with either or. I stand for Vic. I don't stand for Kick Vic. In my previous video, I shared that I understand both core beliefs, and I believe both core beliefs are good beliefs to have. The thing is, we need some type of judicial justice that has to come in. Now, you can watch that video if you guys want in my channel, but today is about the companies, and I do want to clarify a few things. One, I support these companies in the way as I don't want you guys to go against them. By no means am I saying go and harass them on Twitter, go and harass them on other platforms. I'm not saying that. Don't harass these companies. Please put all the respect out there for them. As a community, as an anime community, we should always come with a good heart and wanting the best for the community, because overall, this is our community. These companies formed our community, and if you're in the US, these companies have done great things for anime in the US. Now, I do understand not everyone's for dub, not everyone is for 3D animation and stuff like that. You know, we're not here to discuss that, but you cannot say, or we cannot at least not point the fact that these two companies have done some type of good to the anime community before this. Now, I want to start with the first company that released a statement, and it was pretty short. It was very, very short, and I think in a way that's respectful. You have to respect both the privacy of the victims and the privacy of the person that is being accused, you know? So this post that I'm going to show you, I'm actually going to show them to you because I don't want anyone to think that I misread it or whatever. Sometimes I do paraphrase some stuff. So that's the post that they have in Rooster Teeth. You can find this post online in their website. So if you guys want to go in there, you guys can do that. The first post here, the first paragraph was the initial post, and it was very short. It says, effective today, VIC MIGNOGNA, I can't pronounce his last name right, is no longer a part of the cast of RWBY and Rooster Teeth, is ending all associations with him. This will not affect the creative content of RWBY. You know, at one point, I don't agree with the last sentence. It does affect in some way the creative content, but overall, short, you know, didn't announce that he was fired for sexual allegations, for harassment allegations. They don't say that he was actually fired. They in fact just say they're no longer he's no longer a cast of RWBY. Now at this point, this is fine. You know, that post is fine, and I've talked about it. If this was what we initially saw, this would have been completely different story. But what we do know is that before this post, other voice actors and anime community in the anime community did come out with a bunch of information. Most of it, or not most of it, but a lot of it being false information, going against Vic. And this is what happened because of that false information. And then there's an update, and I do agree with this, and you guys, you know, follow this at least this tip that they're giving us, both in my channel but everywhere on this case, because we are talking about possibly someone giving false, you know, having his career destroyed by false allegations, but we're also talking about some people that could have been victimized and are victims of sexual harassment. So two sides, they can both be right, and we want to be respectful to both of them. So first it says, we in the Rooster Teeth admin team have always supported civil debate on the site. Recently, we've seen less that civil conversations and debates around here, and we would like and we ask you to keep the site 2OU. Not really sure what that is. I'm going to guess it's something where you can report people in mind when you are posting. If you believe a post violates the TOU, you can flag it for moderation attention by clicking the little flag at the bottom right of the post. However, posts not violating the TOU should not be flagged, and repeated flagging of posts simply because they do not agree with you, your views is not acceptable behavior. For more information, and then it goes on to get more information. That is great. One, it protects the people that are being harassed. You know, because of this, we've had people from both sides of the groups, from I Stand for Vic and from Kick Vic, harassing each other. And when I mean harassment, I mean I'm not talking about disagreement. Disagreement is not harassment. Someone that's saying I don't agree with you is not harassment. I'm going to cussing them out, telling them they hope that they die. I mean, stuff like that, tweets that I've seen like that, comments that I've seen like that, just are bad comments. I'm gonna go back to the whole stream. So I applaud. I'm happy with how Rooster Teeth has controlled their announcements. They, you know, obviously they're not casting him anymore, but they have not gone out and destroyed his reputation. Now, I do want to keep it clear though, one of the voice actors, I'm not going to say their name because I don't need to. You guys can watch my long live video that I did a couple days ago if you guys want to hear their names. But I'm not going to say their name in this video. But one of their voice actors works for this company as well and is tweeting a lot of information that I think should have been kept private and should have been kept in closed doors if this is something that they were going to try to do discreetly. As where it looks, Rooster Teeth wanted to keep this as discreet as possible. Obviously, that did not happen. The next one that I want to show you is Funimation. Now, Funimation took out the information and released their statements on Twitter. Now, what do I think about that? Yes, on one side, it shows that that's very unprofessional. But on the other side, that is where most anime fans are going to see it. Let's be honest. That's probably what they were thinking. We want to hit the masses. If we post it on our news in our website, no one's going to see it because no one goes to Funimation to read their news on their website. Let's just be honest. No one does that. They probably knew that, and that's why they posted it on Twitter. Now, I'm going to go back to that screen, and here is the Twitter account of Funimation. Again, please don't go and attack Funimation. I'm not saying go do that or Rooster Teeth. Funimation first, and I'm going to move my scroll. Maybe you can't see my scroll there. Anyways, the first one is at the bottom. That's the first tweet. It says, everyone want you to give an update on Vic situation following an investigation. Funimation recast Vic in Morose Mononokean Season 2. Funimation will not be engaging Vic in future productions. Then they continue. Part of our core mission is to celebrate the diversity of the anime community and to share our love for this genre and its positive impact on all. We do not any kind of harassment or threatening behavior being directed at anyone. And then the third one is them editing it and correcting because someone, I guess, was in a hurry to post this on Twitter. And it says, we do not condone any kind of harassment or threatening behavior being directed at anyone. Okay, so those are that's the statement that they released. Now, a few things on this statement. One, they give us the update that they did follow with an investigation. Now, there has been a few comments saying that this investigation wasn't well enough. And the reason why they say that is because it took a few days. And it took a few days for allegations that happened years ago. So their investigation wasn't so thorough as per se. Funimation recasted him pretty fast. You know, I'm not going to go into that theory. A lot of people have a theory saying that he had been recasted already way before Funimation Rooster Teeth released statements, and they were just finding a way to fire him. I'm I'm not gonna go into those details. I'm not really sure if I believe that theory. Funimation will not be engaging in the future productions. Okay, so up to there, for the most part, is fine. They do bring up the whole following an investigation. Uh, Again, if you don't follow voice actors, if you don't follow anyone that was really posting the Kick Vic hashtag, or people that were going against Vic, I guess we can say that, or bringing up allegations against Vic, following the investigation, and this is how I found out. I follow Funimation. I don't follow the other voice actors. I follow Funimation. So I read this and I was like, why was there an investigation? So I looked up Vic, and guess what? I found all this stuff of Vic. And, this, I think, was not the best way to post it. They could have taken out the following investigation. Now, they could have then released maybe something later, but it almost seemed like they thought everyone knew about it. So, Funimation, you made it a bigger deal because you have more people following you than these voice actors sometimes. Like, not a lot of them. Some voice actors have more followers than you. But Funimation, you did cause a community, someone like me and other people that did not know anything about it, to jump into this because we didn't know anything about it. The next part is, I think, not the best thing to put. Part of our core mission is to celebrate diversity of the anime community and to share our love to this genre and its positive impact on all. Now, I agree with that. Great, you have those core beliefs, but you're posting that on the post where you're saying that you're not working with Vic anymore. And by doing so, you're saying that Vic does not fit this. Vic does not fit celebrating diversity. Vic does not fit sharing love for the genre or being a positive impact to everyone. That's what it came out to be. Now, I know Funimation probably did not want that to be what was interpreted, but as a reader, that's what I got from it. Vic is not working with us because he doesn't fit our core beliefs. Then it says, we don't condone any kind of harassment or threatening behavior being directed at anyone. Good. I agree with you guys, and I'm going to go back to the big street. I agree. No harassment should be allowed, and I've talked about it in my other videos. Harassment is not something that should be kept on closed doors. If you're being harassed, if you are being a victim right now, and you have not come out yet, I encourage you, guys, come out and speak with someone at least. Speak to a parent, speak to a teacher, speak to someone that of authority that can help you. But in the other hand, sexual harassment or harassment is also a very serious allegation. This can cause him not to just lose his career and life being in this community, but in other stuff. If it goes on his record, he cannot work in other places. He can't work with kids. He can't work with other stuff because he has this in his record. Schools are not going to want to hire someone like that. Government's not going to want to hire, sometimes, not always, people like that. So, gotta be careful with how you phrase stuff. Funimation, I don't think this was the best way to do it. I don't know if this was an email that was sent to the person that controls the social media, and he just copied and pasted and went, oh, oops, they misspelled, or they put something wrong and corrected it, or if they told the social media guy, hey, come up with a post that doesn't insult Vic, and the guy came up with this, and he has horrible public speaking, I guess, deals, and he ends up with this. I mean, it's one of those things that, it really seems like Funimation was kicking Vic when he was down. I do want to say Rooster Teeth and Funimation should have in their contracts, and I don't know if they do it or not, but at least they should, for their voice actors and for their workers, any worker of their company. They should be careful of what they say online. They should be careful on how they act with fans. Because of doing so, they can lose viewership. and viewership is what makes them their money. You know, so this goes for Vic too. If Vic was harassing fans, good. There was consequences. But then we have other voice actors that are harassing the anime community, and they clearly put it. At least Funimation did. We don't condone any type of harassment and threatening behavior directed at anyone. It could be me. It could be someone else. These voice actors are attacking the community, or at least are in a threatening way, posting posts that and some have apologized. I do think that makes them a bigger person. Good for them. Good for apologizing. But some have not. Some have stayed in their ways, and uh, why haven't they been uh, asked to take off their tweets, or asked to correct yourself, apologize to people, do something as a company. The companies, both Funimation and Rooster Teeth, have at least on their pages protected themselves. And it almost seems like they're doing it so where if Vic decides to come out with a lawsuit, they can just go, that's not our problem. They're the ones that were accusing him. The problem here is Funimation, the way they worded stuff, is in a way that it puts them in that place where, in a way, they were harassing Vic. They're saying that he doesn't celebrate diversity. He doesn't share love for the genre of anime. He's not a positive impact on and I can assure you, a lot of people can tell you otherwise of Vic, and people that have met Vic can tell you otherwise, that he has a passion for the genre, that he loves people, he loves his fans. A lot of people have said the reason he's been late to some conventions is because he stops and takes pictures with them. Now, I don't say that. Other people have said that before, though. And obviously, he celebrates diversity. I mean, he's been in the industry for years. He has been there wanting to increase just the love for this genre. I don't see why they had to include that there. But it is kind of throwing a stone at Vic, and I don't think Funimation did it right. Now, there is another company that comes into mind and into this picture, and that is Sony. Sony bought out Funimation. Sony now owns Funimation, and if Funimation starts crumpling, they can go to Sony and say, "Help us, we're sinking." Is that good? No, it's not good. Because Sony is a huge company. It's not a small company like Funimation. Sony can just come in, and instead of saying, okay, kids, let's separate the fight, they're just going to fire them. They're going to fire all the voice actors that are involved. I applaud the voice actors in Funimation that have not jumped into this sinking boat. There's a lot of voice actors that have not jumped into the fire. Good for them. Because if Sony gets involved, they can at least fire a lot of the executive leadership in Funimation, and they can put the right people, or the people they think that should be there. And once they place the people that should be there, those people can then fire the voice actors. So I don't know if Sony's going to actually go get into that problem, but if they do, it's going to create even a bigger mess for Funimation. Not in the positive side. Funimation, I think, right now is in the fire, and overall, Funimation is in danger. They lost a contract with Crunchyroll. Funimation, your anime. Crunchyroll was the best deal you could have had. Now, I don't know what the deal, if Crunchyroll did not want to go with Funimation again or what. I don't know that news. What I do know is that they're not together anymore. They're with Sony. And Sony deals with stuff differently. Sony is not going to let people that work under them say bad stuff online that reflects badly on their company, especially if they're losing viewership because of it. So, man, let's hope Sony does not come in at the end of the day. I don't know. Now, Guys, I want to end this video because I don't want it to be too long. So thank you guys for watching this. If you want to continue the conversation, let's talk in the comment section below. You can also follow me on Anime Review 711 on Twitter. I do post some stuff about this, and I do want to talk more about this conversation. It's something that I will be talking to ongoing, and if more information or if something comes out that I think is worthy of talking about, a lot of things come out every day about this. But if something else comes out worthy of talking in a video, I will make another video or make another live stream and talk about it in more detail. Thank you guys so much for supporting the companies. Again, I don't think the companies are doing a big evil thing. They're doing a big great thing to the community. They just have this situation that has gotten out of hand and is not really doing well for them. So overall, again, I want to repeat it. I don't think you guys should go against them. Please don't attack FUNimation, don't attack Richard Teeth. By no means am I saying go and hate on them. But this is my opinion. This is what I've seen. This is what I thought and believe for a few days now, and I think you guys should hear it. So thank you guys so much for all that love and support you guys give me. And like always, don't be strangers.